So yesterday Gran Turismo 7 received update 1.07 following a maintenance period that was supposed to last 2 hours but turned out to be a 34-hour wait. If you haven't been up to date on Gran Turismo 7, this game basically needs a constant internet connection to work, even for single player content. And this requirement meant that no one was able to properly play the game for all those 34 hours. To make matters worse, some websites started reporting on some pretty bad changes made to the payout for each event in the game. Some events were indeed paying more, but some of the most lucrative ones got the payout cut down by more than half. The fact that the game's economy as it stands right now is very unbalanced made this whole change seem more like a move to push players towards microtransactions. Some people don't mind the grind, but I personally think this is a step too far. Just so you have an idea, GT Planet ran the numbers and figured out that to buy the most expensive car in the game, which costs 20 million credits, you'd need to repeat the same race 333 times after the last update. That's the equivalent to doing the same race over and over again for almost 18 hours straight. And we're talking about a race that pays the most money for the shortest time possible, and I think this really sucks. I get that the game is meant to simulate real life, and I've seen people in the comments of my previous videos siding with this change, but come on guys. If we're to play by how things work in real life, most of us would be stuck with the Prius in the game because that's what most people are able to afford in real life. There needs to be a middle ground here, and I don't necessarily think it means artificially bumping the payout in each event. To me, the bigger problem is that right now, the game doesn't scale the payout according to your race. Check this out. If we set a 200 lap race around the longest track in the game, which right now is the Nürburgring 24 hours, and that's a race that would take most people 34 hours to complete at the very least, the game barely pays 140,000 credits. You should get paid enough to buy the most expensive car in the game after doing a race this long, cause this is a huge time investment and commitment. So if you're in to make some money, that means you're gonna have to do the same couple races over and over again, and that just isn't fun. For a game that expects you to spend money to buy cars, upgrades, and pay maintenance fees for each one of your cars, there needs to be a more efficient and organic way of making money. So yeah, it really sucks to see such a great game being hurt by what's effectively a greedy business model. Either way, Polyphony Digital just put out patch 1.08 to fix the issue that forced them to keep the game offline for all that time. And if you go to their website right now, there's a letter signed by Kazunori Yamauchi himself where he has this to say. Immediately before the release of the 1.07 update, we discovered an issue where the game would not start properly in some cases on product versions for the PS4 and PS5. This was a rare issue that was not seen during tests on the development hardware or the QA sessions prior to the release, but in order to prioritize the safety of the save data of the users, we decided to interrupt the release of the 1.07 update and to make a 1.08 correctional update. This is the reason for the delay. My sincere apologies for the late report to everyone. Also, in this update, some event rewards have been adjusted. I wanted to also explain the reasons for it and our plans going forward. In GT7, I would like to have users enjoy lots of cars and races, even without microtransactions. At the same time, the pricing of cars is an important element that conveys their value and rarity, so I do think it's important for it to be linked with the real-world prices. I want to make GT7 a game in which you can enjoy a variety of cars lots of different ways, and if possible, would like to try to avoid a situation where a player must mechanically keep replaying certain events over and over again. We will, in time, let you know the update plans for additional content, additional race events, and additional features that will constructively resolve this. It pains me that I can't explain the details regarding this at this moment, but we plan on continuing to revise GT7 so that as many players as possible can enjoy the game. We would really appreciate it if everyone could watch over the growth of Gran Turismo 7 from a somewhat longer term point of view. Now, I'm not gonna get into speculation as to whose fault it is that the game business model was built the way it is, because none of us truly knows what goes behind the scenes. So what I'll just say is that whatever it is they plan on doing to address the economy issue, they need to do it fast, real fast. Right now, the reputation has been put into question, so the longer they remain in silence, the more it'll take for them to regain the trust of players who felt wronged by this change. Either way, I'm interested to see what their next move is gonna be. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.